do is I'll just quickly check that. Way too fast. I'll just quickly double check this actually. So okay, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Everything's in order. So I don't need to see that again anymore. Okay. Right then. So you've done a bit of whatever with pedals and stuff. You kind of know what you're doing. Right. Okay. Let's start off from the very beginning. So the very first thing I'm going to say to you is, as the driver, you are responsible for the car. Okay. So irrespective of being a learner, it's still going to be your license on the line. So for example, if you was to go through a speeding through a speed camera too fast on your driving lesson, it's still your license. Okay. That's not going to happen because I ain't going to let that happen. Okay. So we're going to start off right from the very beginning. I'm going to teach you everything that you're going to need to know to go from here, which is 0, all the way through to your driving test. Okay. And that is it. So if you've got any questions about driving, you ask me first, and don't ask your friends. Okay. Even if they just pass the test, just ask me. Believe me, trust me. First thing, doors. Make sure they're all closed. Make sure it's all secure. You are responsible for the car, and you know, if you have like a roof rack on the top, make sure everything's secure. If you're driving somebody else's car and it's got a roof rack on it, make sure it's all secure up there before you drive it, because it's your liability as soon as you start driving the car. Same with any defects on the car. Let's say they've got a dodgy tire and you're driving their car. Exactly, yeah. And the police pull you over. It's hello. Yes, thank you. That's exactly it. So be in charge and, you know, be responsible, please. Let's set your seat up first then. So seat. Now, this needs to come all the way up for you because you're quite small. So that's it, yes, and just work that, and it's a pump action. So pump it all the way. Now, keep going. Toyota in their wisdom have decided that this takes about 30 of these to get to the top.
Oh gosh.
Okay. And you want to be bring yourself up to a nice, good, commanding view of the road is what you're after. Most cars are like 5 or 6. That's it. You got to. Most cars 5 or 6 will get you to the top, but Toyota have decided it takes 30. Okay, so that's got your height, and that's good enough for you. Okay. The next thing, as you can see, the seat goes in lots of different directions. So the next one will be the backwards and forwards. Now, this is an automatic car, so it doesn't have a clutch, which is your left foot, but with your right foot, can you press that big pedal in the middle? That's your brake. Press it. How's that feel? Close enough, or do you want to be a little bit closer?
If I'm having to extend my leg out as well, I'm not sure if that would mean I'd need to be further forward.
You need to go further forward. So if you just take hold of the steering wheel with one hand, and with the other hand, there's a bar underneath, just you can use this hand here to pull yourself forward. That's it.
Oh, that's better.
Yes? Okay, the next is the tilt of the back of the seat. So if you just take hold of the steering wheel with both hands, how does that feel for you?
I'm sure I'll find a ways to adjust it as I go along, but this feels good for now.
Okay, so for now that's looking pretty good, yeah? Okay, right then. So that's your seat set up, easy as that. Okay, next, steering. You've got all your steering wheel. This is what causes the car to go to the left or the right. Okay, things that we do with steering is we try to, if we can, use the push-pull method. Have you heard of that, where you feed the wheel through your hands? Rather than going around a corner like this, left and right, yeah. So you feed the wheel.
I may have seen it, obviously with my parents. I've never heard of the name.
Well, in that case, have a look at this. Look at that. So, pulling left. Your hands will meet at the bottom. Switch the grip. Push up. Meet at the top. Switch the grip, and to the bottom and top, bottom and top, bottom. Okay. Now, it usually takes a few lessons to get used to that, okay?
Yeah.
Stick with it. It's going to feel a little bit kind of awkward because you've not really done it before. But, you know, once you can do it, it works really well.
Okay.
The main benefit of doing the push-pull method is it actually leaves your hands in the right position to use the fingertip controls, which is your indicator here, you see.
Ah, okay.
Okay, the one on the other side is for the wipers and clean the window. Okay. So the steering now, things that help us steer a nice true course is we have a saying in driving, where the eyes go, the hands will follow. Okay, so basically where you look is where you will naturally steer. Okay, So keep that in mind, okay? So when you are driving, you don't want to be looking like immediately in front of the car. You'd be looking, if you were driving down this road normally, I'd expect you to be looking after see where the 3 cars are finished here in front of us. So after there, but before the white car, that's your mid distance, and that's where I'd be hoping that you'd be looking in the mid to far distance.
Yeah.
Okay, and that will help you steer that nice true course. Okie dokie. All right. Any questions?
No.
Seatbelt, it is your responsibility to make sure your seatbelt is on. You can pop it on now if you want. We're not going anywhere for a little while, but I'm just going to open this door because it's
Very warm.
getting warm in here, isn't it? So, yep, now you are responsible for your seatbelt and your passenger seatbelt if they are under 14. Anybody over 14 is responsible for their own, okay? However, remember what I said to you, ASHA, at the beginning. You are in charge. You're the captain of the ship. Yeah, everybody does what you say when you're the driver. That's the rules. And make sure that everybody in your car is wearing a seatbelt. Okay, even they'll come up with all kinds of excuses. I don't believe in this. I don't believe in that. Well, no, seriously, they do. Just ask them if they believe in Uber or whatever. Yeah, and in that case, yeah. So make sure they're wearing the seatbelt. Make sure it's not twisted, etc., etc. Sorted. Okay.
Yeah.
The best way to do it with a seatbelt, take hold of the buckle, and if you pull it, it's always correct. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the seatbelt. Mirrors, everybody's favourite. So make sure your mirrors are set up properly. Now, this is your interior mirror. This is flat glass on here, so what you see is what you get. The door mirrors are slightly convexed. So they're slightly curved. It's convex or concave?
Concave, convex.
Convex, I was right then. So so they're slightly convex, so they've got a slight curve in them. Gives you a bigger vision, but it does distort the depth perception, okay? So this is why when we check our mirrors, we always check them in pairs. So it's this mirror first, your interior mirror first, followed by the door mirror of whichever way you're going.
Okay.
Okay, so for example, if you were turning left, it'd be mirror, mirror. If you're turning right, it'd be mirror, mirror. Okay? If you go around a parked vehicle, you check your right door mirror because that's the direction you're going in. As you've passed the vehicle, you're going back to the left, check your left door mirror. Make sense?
Yeah.
Of course it does. So let's set up these mirrors. I'm just going to offset it properly for you. So if you can use your hands there to just set that so you can see clearly through the back window. Should be a nice clear picture.
That seems clear to me.
Okay, so it looks a little
bit actually.
Yeah, it should be nice and crystal clear and nice and bright. If anything, my experience says it's more like that. Yeah, and then that should be shaded.
Ah, okay.
So it should be something like this position. Can you see okay now?
Yeah.
So it should look a little bit like this picture there. Okay. Happy? You can see out the back window with it?
Yeah.
Okay, your door mirrors, you should be able to see a little bit of the back of the back of your car, then about 50% road, 50% sky. I know that's a bit of an ask on a hill, but
no, it is roughly.
It's about right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually there. There you go. So that's your mirrors. Now you check your mirrors before you change speed or direction. So in other words, if you are going to change direction, check your mirrors, make sure that nobody's going into that space that you're going into.
Yeah.
Changing speed, let's say you're about to do some heavy braking for whatever reason, quick check your mirror, just let you know what's really close behind you. Could be a cyclist or somebody vulnerable. Or if you're about to accelerate, you would check your mirrors, just make sure you're not being overtaken as well. Okay, otherwise you're then accelerating into the space that they're going into.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the mirrors. Any questions?
So far, no. I'm sure I will come up with something. But
Yeah, I mean, they are really important, the mirrors. They really are. And come driving test day, if you don't check your mirrors, you won't be getting your license. So it's that serious.
Yeah.
The test ultimately will come back to basics. It will come back to the basic things that we're talking about today. Okay? Which are mirrors. Vision. Now, expand on the mirrors. Here is the vision of the mirrors behind you. You can see on this diagram here, yeah? Now, the mirrors cover everything behind you, but what they don't cover is what's called the blind spots. Have you heard of the blind spots?
Yes.
And what do you think they are?
They are any area that is not visible to the driver at all, either via mirrors or just by looking around.
They are not visible by the mirrors, but they are visible by looking around. And if you look over your right shoulder, look out there, that's your blind spot over here. And if you look over your left shoulder, this is your blind spot over here. Now, I know it's a little bit strange, but if you look at this picture here, watch this. There's a car in the blind spot now. Look at that, yeah?
Yeah.
If there was a car there, would you see it? What do you think? Give me an honest
No.
answer. You don't, you wouldn't?
Not unless I look.
Exactly. Yeah, because he's out of your vision.
Yeah.
It might seem as if you would see him in that mirror, but I promise you wouldn't.
No.
And it's the same on the left. It could be a cyclist. Okay?
Yeah,
So,
definitely wouldn't see
yeah,
them
you
without
need to be
looking.
checking your blind spot. And what we're going to be doing is you're going to be checking that blind spot every time you move off. You're going to be checking the blind spot every time you change lanes.
Okay.
Okay? On your driving test, ASHA, they will be getting you to pull up and stop like we are now, and then moving away maybe 5 or 6 times for the sole purpose of skill checking this element, and that is that you are checking properly before you move off. Okay. So this basic move off procedure that we're going to be doing today is one of the most fundamental things that they do on the driving test.
Okay.
Now, as we go through our lessons, you're going to get caught up in position on the road, speed and angles and stuff like that, but never forget your basics, and I won't let you, okay?
No.
We will always be coming back to them basics, I promise you.
Okay.
Okay, so that's them. The handbrake, which is this one here, this is off. You need the handbrake down for the car to drive.
Yeah.
To apply it, you put the button in, you bring it to the top, you let go of the button. Okay, what you don't do, that sound there, we don't want to hear that, okay?
Yeah.
That's considered undue wear and tear on the ratchet elements, and you can get minor marks for it. It's not eco driving. So this is in the off position. I want you to apply the handbrake by pulling it up, button in, let go of the button at the top. There you go, lovely, yeah. And now to do it the opposite way. So first lift it a little bit, that releases the button.
Oh.
Now do it. Lift it slightly, and there's the button in, yeah.
Ah, okay.
Then to the bottom, let go of the button, that's it. So just reapply it one more time for me, please, Asha. Let go of the button. No. Try to, when you get to the top, let go of the button. What you did there is you went up and then halfway down and let go. No good. So button in, let go of the button. Thank you. You don't have to let go of the handbrake, it's just the button, okay? All right, so that's the base. I'll tell you what, I'm going to, I just want to start the engine on this car, okay? It's super easy. You just put your right foot on the brake, press it, and there's a little power button down here on the right. Just press this on the dashes, says power. That's it. So that's just going to bring our, going to get the AC on. So the engine's on. It's a hybrid car, so it's electric and petrol.
Ooh.
So at the moment it's V. You see the EV there? So that tells you it's on the electric engine, okay? So I'm just going to put the AC up. Oh, problem. Just blow that on us a little bit. How's that?
Thank you.
And then that should cool us down. Tell us if it gets too cold on you, okay? Because it can get quite breezy, this one. Okay, so there we are. So that's the handbrake, the pedals. The one in the middle, you can take your foot off it now. You're not on it anyway, are you? All right, so if you press it, that's your brake. Now, the more you press that, the slower you go.
Yeah.
The other one is your gas. The more you press that, the faster you go. So you can have a press of it if you want.
And it will move?
No, it won't move.
Oh.
Because you're in park at the moment. So the engine's just kicked in there, yeah?
Yeah.
So that's in park. This is reverse. This is neutral. This is drive. This is the one that you're going to be using.
Yeah.
And the B is for battery, if you want to charge the battery up.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but you won't need to do any of that. You just, for your purposes, you'll be just putting it into D and then doing the driving from there. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so that's that. Clutch you don't need to know about. Gears we've just been through. Steering we've talked about, and these are your indicators here. So down is, yep, come. That is left, and up is right.
Ah, okay.
Okay?
So down, and then you go 2 clicks and you would hear it go up. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is obviously the neutral position. Left, right. Fingertip controls. Other things you don't, they've got other controls on the other side of the car. You don't need to know about them just yet. We've got automatic wipers on this car. so they come on automatically. I've got some other features I'll just quickly talk you through. It's got a camera array up here which reads the road signs. It will display the road signs on your dashboard, telling you what the speed limit is, but you can't rely on them 100% because, you know, cameras are cameras and, you know, you have to obey local speed limits, okay? It's got anti-collision system built in, so a crash avoidance system, which means that if you was to try to drive into the back of that car there, it will warn you by beeping and flashing on the head on the dashboard, and if you don't do something about that, it will brake for you. Okay, now we've never actually put that to the test, so it's back. Can you give me some examples of where you're not allowed to stop?
Double yellow lines be one?
Yes. So you're not allowed to stop on double yellows for your on your driving test. For your theory test, the answer is you are allowed to stop on double yellows for up to 20 minutes, as long as you're constantly loading and unloading a car. Okay. But for the purposes of your driving test, when they ask you to stop, it's as if on an assumption that you are going to stop and walk away from the car for the night. It's parked, basically. Rather than stopping and loading and unloading, it's a parking element exercise that they're doing. So yeah, double yellows, no, not allowed on them yet. Any more?
I'm thinking where the line in the middle of the road is broken on the left-hand side, but you would be able to stop.
No, that's for overtaking. So where you've got a solid line on one side and a broken line. Yeah, is that what you're thinking?
I think I'm getting mixed up.
Okay, so let me give you some pointers. The one that you've just mentioned with the broken line in the middle of the road with a solid line, if you've got the broken line on your side, that means you're allowed to overtake, but the other side isn't. If the solid line is on your side and the broken line's on their side, you're not allowed over a solid line, basically. Okay, just on that point. But let's get back to what we're talking about. So you're not allowed to stop opposite a junction. You're not allowed to stop on double yellows, as you said, and you're not allowed to stop on single yellows either, okay? You're not allowed to stop by somebody's driveway. Now, if you look at the curb down there on the right, you see how some of them are raised and some of them are dropped? So it's called a dropped curb, and you're not allowed to stop next to a dropped curb. You're allowed to stop opposite a dropped curb, but not on your side, okay? There is one of the manoeuvres later in driving where you will be asked to pull up and stop on the other side of the road, and in that case you're not allowed to stop by their drop curb again. Okay, but that's way in the future for you at the moment. Okay. Right then, so the number one thing is not by a drop curb. Not too close to a junction either. Don't worry about that. So it's just if I show you this picture, it's just the engine charging up the battery, because while we're not moving, the battery's not getting charged, so the engine has to kick in to charge it. Okay. All right. Let's get on that. Okay. That's it. So not too close to a curb either. You're not allowed to a junction. You're not allowed to stop like that either. Okay. All right then, so that's it. And the main thing, you know, you stop. So let's quickly, we talked about where you can stop. Let's talk about the actual stopping procedure. I want you to imagine that we're driving along at really quite low speed today, okay? So your stopping procedure is this. You ask to stop on the left, it's going to be mirror, mirror, signal, together. It's like a rhythm, okay? In order. It's not like at the same time. It's mirror, mirror, signal. Imagine that phrase. It'd be mirror, mirror, signal. What you can't do, ASHA, is you can't go mirror, mirror, drive a bit further and then signal, because then they're not linked together. Okay, it's a part of a sequence. So it's mirror, mirror, signal. Your position, we're just going to angle in slightly with the steering, just slightly to the left. The car will go in. I'll help you with your steering while you get the feel for it. If I am helping you with the steering, just keep hold of the steering wheel, but nice and lightly, and then you'll be able to, your muscle memory will help to sort of establish your steering sequence in, okay? And then you just slow it down and just bring it to a stop. You stop it by pressing the brake. Now, the brakes are very good in this car, of course, but you don't need to press them hard, okay? Most things in this car is quite electronic, and when you press the brake, you're actually pressing a lever to tell the computer to activate the brakes for you. And that's where it is. It's the same with the steering and all that. You know, it's all super light and really easy to drive. So when you are braking, just nice and gentle, and the car will stop. Okay? And that is the stopping procedure. Then once you've stopped, You can cancel your signal.
Yeah.
And you can put your handbrake on and into neutral as well if you want, if you have time. We'll do that in the early lessons. Later on, by the time you've actually stopped, as soon as you stop on the test, they're like, okay, thank you, like drive on when it's safe. So, it's not like the whole handbrake, neutral, rest your feet kind of sequence. You don't get a chance to do that on the test generally. Okay? So let's talk about, so that's stopping, let's talk about moving off. This is more involved, okay? Now then, before you do anything in the car, you must get the car ready to go. So in this case, that would mean that you put it into D for drive and release the handbrake. Now to move this, you need to have your foot on the brake. So when you put it into drive and release the handbrake, your foot will still be on the brake. At that point, the only thing stopping the car moving is your foot on the brake. As soon as you let go of the brake, the car will start to move on its own. Now we're on a slight gradient here, which means it's going to move even quicker on its own, okay? So don't give it loads of gas, okay? And that is how it's done. And then the car will just move away. Now, before you actually release the car to go, you must do all-round observations. In other words, you're going to look all the way around your car, and we're going to call it a 6-point check for you.
Okay.
So, position number 1, left blind spot.
Okay.
Number 2, left door mirror. Number 3, down the road. Number 4, interior mirror. Number 5, right door mirror. And number 6, thank you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah? So effectively, ASHA, what you're doing is you're starting on the left, which is the pavement start side, and you're effectively making a big sweep around, checking your mirrors as you go, and having a look around.
Okay.
Okay. Now, anything like this car coming up here, don't go, just wait. Okay, because we won't move off in front of him. When you're happy that it's clear to go, then you will signal to leave, which is signal up. You release your foot brake, because the car's already ready to go, and then the car will move forward and you will move away. Now, this is super important, yeah?
Okay.
As the car physically moves away, you must check your right blind spot again.
Okay.
Okay? And the reason for that is because by the time you've done this, okay, yeah, and then release, signal on and release, things can change behind you.
Yeah.
So when they skill check you on the day, and if you move off and you don't check your blind spot, they will start marking you down on it. And if you don't, if you imagine they get you to stop 5 or 6 times and you don't check that blind spot at all,
no.
you will not get a license, because they know it's only a matter of time until something like this guy's in your blind spot. Bang. Understand?
Yeah.
All right. It's really safe driving cars if you follow the rules. Okay. So I've been driving a long time, as you can imagine. In fact, I didn't really go into me. Can you just lean forward and pass me that bit of that there? Right. So this is, I should have really shown you this at the beginning. So this is my badge, my official license to teach you. So I am an approved driving instructor. It's valid until this date, which is not very long at all, but got a new one in the post. These get renewed every 4 years. This is me, and this is my ADI number there. Okay, so yeah, so I've been doing this now this is my 18th year. So I'll just put that back. Just sort of shove it there. That was it. So 18 years. Okay, so that's why I'm. So I just wanted to go through that with you and sort of talk about that as well. I should have done that earlier, thinking about it. But yes, so going back to the thing here. So as you move off, yes, if you don't check your blind spots, they will not pass you. You will not get a license. Okay. If you drive safe, and then you will. About the safety I was talking about. So we've never had an accident, by the way, ever. Okay. So, and that is because we don't speed. We don't take risks. We're not here to take risks or speed. When you take your driving test, it's a test of safety. You start with a pass and work your way backwards from that. Okay. You don't. So on the day, you won't be going to show them how good you are. You'll be going to show them that you're not bad. Because the best you can ever get on a driving test is adequate pass.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that is it. That's proper government stuff. That in it. Yeah, adequate. All right.
Adequate.
You're never going to be brilliant, you know. But
No.
So don't expect that. But you will be. Okay.
Okay.
So that is the thing. So don't worry about safety. Now while you show a bit of apprehension about safety, I see you going. Let's talk about it. let's talk about safety. Let's talk about responsibility, ASHA.
Yeah.
Okay. So with a car, somebody has to be responsible for it at some point. We can't let this car go without 100% safety and responsibility. So this is how it's going to work. Now, at the moment, you've got no responsibility for the car. As you go through and learn, you will gain more responsibility. So, for example, today you've got a little bit now because you've got a little bit of knowledge, and I'm going to give you 1 or 2% of responsibility. All right? Anything above your responsibility level, I'll jump in and provide that responsibility for you and that safety, okay? So the point being, I expect you to be responsible up to your level, and I will jump in after that.
Yeah.
After a few lessons, you'll be 10% responsible, I'll be 90% responsible. After that, you'll be 20, I'll be 80, 30, 70, you get the idea?
Yeah.
And slowly as we go through the lessons, you become more and more, you take more and more responsibility for the driving and for the safety, until you are 100% responsible, in which case that's when you'll be going for your driving test, because that's when you're 100% safe.
Yeah.
I know, it's all obvious, isn't it, really, in the end?
It should be.
What are you worried about?
I think there's just a lot of information that I'm taking in, and this time it has, like, for example, I'm taking physics, maths and French for A-level. Beyond not causing a fire if we're doing a practical in physics, which is quite easy because we're watched in everything we do, there's no real risk. There is still, despite being a learner, some risk. I can move off at the wrong time.
No, you can't. And the reason for that is, if you look down there, can you see that? See that pedal?
Yeah.
That's a brake. So if you're about to move off at the wrong time,
Yeah.
my foot goes on the brake, you don't go anywhere. Okay? So things that I can do to keep us safe, I can use my brake at the last resort. I try not to.
Yeah.
If I do use it, I'll always explain to you why I've used it and the reasons behind it, and I'll find a solution for you. That's part of my job. If you make a mistake, it's my job to analyse it. First and foremost, keep you safe.
Yeah.
Analyse it and work out the reasons why you've done it, if I can, and then give you a solution for it as well. Okay, so you might, let's say you move off and it's a bit whatever, maybe you get too close to this car over here. I'll say to you, all right, so this is the fault. I'll brake, I'll grab the wheel. Okay, I'll stop that happening before it's even happened. And then the solution might be something like, well, all right, then you're about to move off, you're quite close behind another car, why don't we just turn the wheel halfway before we even start to move, and that way you're immediately going to go out of, that's the kind of solution that we're talking about. Okay, so practical driving. Okay, and that's my job, so you don't worry about that, and I'll find ways for you to do stuff like that. Okay. Okay, so so that's that. So insofar as safety is concerned, don't worry about it. We've never had an accident, and you're not going to be the first, and trust me on that. Okay, and I've never had an accident ever, so that's that. I've got to tell you something on it. All right. And believe me, people have tried. Oh, you have no idea. Right then, so talking about the moving off again then, so before we go anywhere, we get the car ready.
Yes.
And then we do all-round observations, and when we're happy that it's safe, we give a signal, release the foot brake, the car moves, and we're just going to go down, and then we're going to do the stopping procedure. And that's what I want to do with you now, if you're up for it. Listen, once you've done it a couple of times, I promise you'll feel better about it. So I'm going to get my seatbelt on. You ain't doing nothing today that hasn't been done 1,000 times before, okay? So just put your foot on the brake and pop the car into D for drive. That's it. Keep your foot on the brake. That's it. And release your your handbrake. So release your handbrake. First lift it. That releases that's it. That releases the button you see. So if you lift it up that millimetre, it releases the button.
Yeah.
Okay. And now you're going to have a look around, start in your blind spot. Have a look around, and what we're asking, are we safe to go?
No.
No, well, we can see the white car coming there. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Have another look around. Are we safe to go now?
Yes, we are.
So signal on. Now try to keep your hands on the steering wheel and use your fingertips, okay? And release your foot brake. In fact, just wait there. Look in your mirrors.
Yeah.
So see the van coming. So we'll just let him. Don't worry about him because he's going the other way, innit? So just what's relevant to us now. Have another quick look around. Just, are we good?
Yeah.
So just release your foot brake.
No, I'm not.
Okay, we'll just wait then.
Oh, this is the only issue with doing this.
It's okay, don't worry about it. Right, check again. Are you clear? Now the question is how long do we wait? Because these gaps are pretty big, aren't they? Now we can go with quite often. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to make you. Okay, we're just going to wait for it to be a little bit more clear. It's that kind of that time of day, isn't it?
Yeah.
So don't worry about it.
And my area is full of school children. So
Right, after the blue car, we are going to go then. So check your shoulder, release your foot brake, turn your wheels to the right, release the foot brake a bit more. That's it. Check your shoulder now, eyes forward, let go of the brake, let go of the brake. That's it, let me help. Don't worry about the cars coming. Let me help you, Asha. Let go of the brake, love, let go of the brake. Just keep your foot off the brake. The car's just going to drive himself, okay? Easy as that. Don't worry, I've got you. All right, look. I'm going to stop on the left, so mirror signal. Position. Now put your foot over the brake, but no, don't press it. Put your foot over the brake, but don't press it because we're not going to press it till we want to stop. Position. Relax your grip. Relax. And gentle brake. Gentle brake. Now keep your foot on the brake. Handbrake. Neutral. Let go of the button. That's it. Neutral. Cancel your signal. Right. Straight away, Asha. Relax. And I mean it. Stop it, right? What are you worried about? Do you really think, let me put that down out of your sun out your eyes. Do you really think I'm going to let you crash this car?
No.
In reality, do you think you're in any danger whatsoever?
No.
You're not. Okay? Not going to happen. Okay?
Yeah.
It's only a big deal because you make a big deal. Take hold of the steering wheel. Now then, you keep hold of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's better. That's the kind of grip that you want. Now, you move it. This is what I felt. All right? You're gripping on life. Life. Believe me, gripping the steering wheel as tight as you can will not make you any safer. Okay?
Okay.
All right then. It's as easy as that. I know it's got a little bit busy, but you know what? These guys, don't ever worry about them. We've got big L plate on the top, haven't we? They know what we're doing.
And people still get angry at learners, but
Well, they can just do whatever. But the thing is, have you noticed they're going a bit fast, some of them? So surely if you're going a bit slower, that slows them down. It makes these guys safer, doesn't it? It makes this guy safer over here.
True.
Yeah, so you're doing a public service by slowing them down. Trust me on that. Yeah, people drive way too fast anyway. Okay, are we ready to have another move off and stop?
Maybe.
All right, so maybe, does that mean yes?
I think so.
Yep, okay.
A bit.
Okay, right, you listen to me, okay? I promise you'll be okay. Press the brake, D for drive, handbrake down. So first lift it, button in all the way. That's it. Take hold of the steering wheel. Have a look around. Start on the left over here. Now stick to what you know all the way around. Are we clear to go? Yes?
Yes.
Signal on. Foot brake off. The car will move. Let go of the foot brake completely. Turn the wheels. Now check your right shoulder. That's it. Eyes forward. Relax that grip.
There's someone coming.
No, don't worry about it. They've seen us. They'll just go around us. Don't worry about it. And now move your foot away from the brake. And over to the gas and press a little bit. Just move it over to the right. You'll feel it. There it is. Okay. They're just going to go around us. That's their business. Okay, like that. Relax the grip. I can feel it.
Sorry.
That's okay. We're just going to drive down the road a little bit. Now, don't worry about these other guys. I'm hoping to guide you. See? Don't need much to turn your wheels, does it?
No.
That's it. Just drive on. Don't worry about him. He's going around you as well. That's his business. Let me help. Relax. Thank you. You're doing good. That's it. You've got it. So all you need to do is just look ahead. Just turn your wheels a little bit more. That's it. So you see on the bend, we're allowed to stop on this bend over here because it's a right-hand bend. So we're going to stop just after the bus stop, okay?
Okay.
All right then. So stopping procedure, Asha. Mirror, signal. That's it. Try to keep your hands on the steering wheel. So position. Now put your foot over the brake, but don't press it.
Okay.
Okay. Now we're just going to line the car up a little bit with the road, and you're just going to gently brake now. Just gently brake. That's it. Now keep your foot on the brake. Handbrake. Neutral. That's it. Now put your hands on the steering wheel. Now with your fingertips, keeping your hands on the steering wheel, cancel the signal.
Oh yeah.
No. Keep your hand on the steering wheel like this. Use it like that. Keep your thumb on the steering wheel. That's it. Now cancel it. Oh, thank you. That's it.
Oh, you mean, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I mean by keep your hand on the steering
Yeah,
wheel.
I'm like, hold on.
Okay.
Okay.
That's it. That's the whole move off and stop again.
Oh.
You've done it. So that's 2 times. Are we ready to go again?
Yeah.
All right then. So put your foot on the brake. D for drive. Handbrake down. Lift it first. That's it. Down it goes. Now, so that's the car primed. So now it's all round observation. Start on the left. That's it. 6-point check. Are you clear to go?
Yeah.
Okay. So car's just coming around the corner. So you stay where you are. That's okay. Is nothing. He's actually stopping, or she's stopping. He's stopping. The red car's going to go around him. They're all going to get into a pickle because it's nothing to do with us at all. Because we're parked, aren't we? So how can it be anything to do with us?
True.
Okay, so when it's clear, we are going to go. Let this guy go. Don't worry about it, taxi boy. Right. Okay, are you ready to go then?
Yeah, sure.
So keep your hands on the steering wheel, signal on.
Which
Go on.
is...
Up. Foot brake off. The car's going to move this way.
Yeah.
That's it. Turn the wheels slightly more. Check your shoulder now, please, Asha. That's it. Eyes forward. Let go of the brake completely, and you can move your foot over towards the gas, and you can just press a little bit of gas. That's it. Feel it. Relax your grip. There you are. Hey, relax. Seriously. Remember what I can feel. Put your hands in this 10 to 2 position. There you go. Just drive on a little bit. Don't worry about these guys. I'll help you. I'll help do the steering. I'll stop you if you need it. Quite often when we're doing driving like this, I can help to position you. And don't fight me on it, okay? Believe me. So just come off the gas. No brake. That's it. He's gonna, right, bit of gas now. Go on, bit of gas because he's waiting for you. You don't need to look down. Just move your foot over to the right hand position. You've got it. Now you see them raised curbs over there. We're going to stop over just after this junction, okay?
Okay.
So I'll say thank you to this guy. That's very nice of him. And we're just going to stop. See where that car is there. So not this one, but the next one. So mirror signal. So mirror signal. And then position gently. Cover your brake, but don't press it. And then gently press it. Okay. Just let go. Just let go of the brake. Just let it go forward. Feel the car just move on its own. Now gentle brake. Brake now. Handbrake. Neutral. Rest your feet. Put your hands on the steering wheel. With your fingertips, cancel your signal. Thank you. That's it again.
So, now what?
Move off and stop again. What did you think it was going to be? Now this time we've got a school, haven't we? Okay,
Yeah,
so we've got
yeah.
our extra hazards, but you know these hazards are staying on the pavement, aren't they? Really? Yeah. So they're being quite well behaved, I think.
This bend will be interesting because this car's in front of me.
Yeah. Well, we're just going to work it out, aren't we?
Yeah.
You know, going round bends and through, you know, lots of cars and traffic. It's like walking through a crowd of people, Asha.
True.
Yeah. If you don't overthink it, your mind will naturally calculate your angles and your positions and such like that. Okay? All right then. So let's get our car ready to go. So foot on the brake, D for drive. That's the big one in the middle. Handbrake down. Yeah, that's it. Lift it first. Down it goes. Now, all round observation. Start on your left. Are you clear to go? Quick look around. Yes. Signal on. Foot brake off. Foot brake off. Turn the wheel to the right. Check your right shoulder now. Let go of the brakes completely. Move your foot over towards the gas and just press the little bit of gas. You don't need to look down.
Okay.
Your foot will find it. Just nice and gentle. You're doing most of the steering. I'm only doing a little bit. Just come off your gas because we don't want to brake. Just come off the gas completely.
Yeah.
Don't worry now. Look at this. You don't look like there's room, but there is. Okay, look. See? Okay, so head for the space. That's it. Always head for the empty space. I know it sounds obvious. A little bit of gas, move along. Go on. That's it. And now, no, just keep going. If you hold the steering wheel straight, the car will go in a straight line now. So just move gently. So you've got as much right to be on the road as these guys.
Yeah.
That's it, just keep going. Keep going. Because these guys, believe it or not, they don't have priority, okay? You do. If this was your driving test and you stopped for them people, they would fail you for it. Because the test is a priority test. It's a test of priority system, okay? You relax your grip on that steering wheel. It's too... Now, there's plenty of room. Always head for the space. Come off your gas. They're waiting for you. Come on, relax that grip. Come on. There you are. Remember, I'm helping you with the steering. You're doing very good. Look at that. Easy as ASHA. Just keep it going, love. That's it. Come on, keep it going. So you've got a park car. There's enough room for all of us. We've got as much right to be here as he. He knows it, okay? That's it. Now just tuck in a little bit like that, okay? Just like that. So we're just going to drive around this bend. I want you to see if you can do the steering. You just put a little bit of it on. That's it. It'll go. Don't need a lot, does it? That's it. Just keep it going, Asha. Really good. If it feels like you're getting too close to the pavement, just take a little bit of it off. That's it. Now then, do you see after the bus stop?
Yeah.
I want to stop on the left. Now, if you look before we do anything, look on the right. See how there's a junction. Remember, you're not allowed to stop opposite a junction. So we're going to stop on the left, but just after where this junction is. So mirrors signal, position. Now a little bit of brake now. If you brake now, that'll be perfect. There you are. Handbrake. Neutral. Rest your feet. Without rushing, cancel your signal. Okay.
Yeah.
How's that working for you?
Better.
Yeah?
I feel more confident when I'm just moving, when I have to remember signals, like when I'm stopping or moving off. That's when I'm most nervous. Once I'm on a straight, just driving, it's okay.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Well, it is, isn't it? Everything in driving is a skill, okay? And you can't be expected to drive without all the skills. So you're learning one skill at a time. Now, your skill that you're learning today is you move off and stop. And that is it. Once you've learned this skill, we'll move on to something else, which will be left junctions.
Yeah.
Okay? Then once you've learned that, then you'll be able to put moving off and stopping together with left junctions.
Yeah.
Then after that, you'll learn right junctions. Then you'll be able to put them together. Then you'll learn something else, and then something else, and something else. And there's a lot of other things. And eventually, you're going to have all these different skills, which all fit together, actually, believe it or not. Well, in theory, they do.
Yeah.
Okay? And the other thing about, I suppose, about lessons is hopefully you learn not to be nervous about them, because what do you think is going to happen?
No, I'll be honest, I was very excited for this one.
Mm-hmm.
And then the minute we started, it was like, oh no.
It's because it's kind of official, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look, you know, we're not going to sugarcoat anything for you. Driving, it can be dangerous, and you know it can, okay? So there's no point us saying any different. But you are massively responsible for your own safety.
Yeah.
These guys behind us, look, if this guy here drove into the back of us, there's nothing in this world that we can do about it.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be anything to do with us. We're parked legally in the right place. It's his fault.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about that. And we have been rear-ended a couple of times. That's what it's called, you know, rear-ended.
Yeah.
But we're fine, you know. The bumper gets a bit damaged or whatever, and it's an occupational hazard in this game.
Yeah.
Because people don't pay attention when they're driving. But we've never had a crash or anything like that, because we just don't put ourselves in that situation to begin with. And that's it. All right?
Yeah.
Right then, we've got a bit more time. So I reckon we've got enough time for another move off and stop, and then we'll do a little bit of paperwork, and then I'll drive you home, okay?
Yeah.
So one more move off and stop.
Okay.
And what I want you to do, Asha, if possible, I want you to see how much of it you can do on your own, okay?
Okay.
Okay? So, what's the first thing you need to do?
Foot on the brake?
Yes?
Okay.
Yeah.
Handbrake? No.
Sure, yeah, whichever. Handbrake, yeah, you can do that next. Lift it first, that's it.
drive.
Yeah, so correct. So you've got the car ready, and what's next? Yes.
Checking.
Uh-huh.
4,
So the
5,
same question, are you
6.
safe?
Yes.
What's next then?
Foot gently off the brake.
Signal.
Oh,
Signal on. Foot off the brake. Don't worry about him, he's on the other side of the road.
Yeah.
So let go of the brake. And what's really important to do as you move off, thank you, yes, there you go. So just going to cancel that and now drive on. Just drive on. That's it. And what we're going to do is we're just going to stop again on the left. Now we have got a bus behind us, don't worry about him, he's going quite fast. So mirror signal for stopping. Do that. Go on, do it. Do it. Signal. Now come off your gas and gently brake. That's it. Handbrake. And this time put it into park. That's the top one. Put your hands on the steering wheel. Cancel your signal. Thank you. Done. All right?
I will get better at that.
You will. Of course you will. All right. So you can take your seatbelt off because we're finished with your driving, but I've just got to quickly go through some of this as well. Okay, so these are my pupil sheets and everybody gets one of these. Okay, so you're going to get one in just a moment and we're just going to keep your name. Now I've already got a picture of your driving license, so I don't need to fill this in. These are from yesteryear when I used to everything used to be done on paper. But what we've got here is we're going to keep your information here, and every time you have a lesson it gets marked here. And what we've got here is a big long list of things that you need to be able to do properly to pass a driving test. So for example, things like, turning left, crossroads, meeting traffic, safe distances, you get the idea?
Yeah.
You've got 3 columns, A, B and C. Get a tick in column A when you've been introduced to the subject by me. Get a tick in column B when you can do it with prompting or a bit of help. You get a tick in column C when you can do it independently. And this just makes sure that we don't miss out anything in your teaching, in your learning, and also gives an idea of where you're really at with that. If we need to make notes, we'll make them on the back. You can see people are all in different various stages of this. These are people that have gone through, these are all gone now, and there's a one there for you. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly fill this in for you. Then we'll mark a couple of things off here, and I'll drive you home, okay? Now then, you see, now you have learned a few things. When you see other people driving, you're going to see a lot more. All of a sudden, you're going to start seeing things that you recognise.
I already do just from doing my theory. Basic things like watching people go around roundabouts, what indicators they're using, strange things like that. So it will be interesting, but at least that'll mean I kind of have an idea.
Yep. Okay then, so here we are then. So starting the engine, no problem, okay. Moving off and stopping on the level is fine because the car does it for you.
Yeah.
This is for the clutch work, but you don't need to clutch automatic. And uphill and downhill is just okay. So we worked a little bit on your positioning on the road, and we've been checking your blind spots, doing your forward observations and using your mirrors, okay. And we've just been talking about a little bit of reaction to risks and such like that, okay? You made a little bit of progress through town, and that is it. How's that? So you've got something to be going on with.
Yeah.
And what we'll do for your next lesson, because we like to sort of talk about that, we're going to come back and do the similar thing, okay? But we will also look at doing a left junction as well, which are super easy, but they still need to be done.
Yeah.
Okay. Now then, I see your steering is a little bit like this. You can practice at home your steering with a dinner plate, a round dinner plate, not a square one. Okay.
We only have round ones.
Some people don't. And what I want you to do, imagine that this is, I know this is square because it's my iPad, but imagine it's round, okay? I want you to just take the steering wheel or the dinner plate in your hand and rotate it. Meet your hands at 12 o'clock. And then turn it around and bring your other hand to meet at 6 o'clock, then up to 12 o'clock, but make sure the plate's actually rotating, you know, not just like this, and then reverse it, and then reverse it, to the right, to the left, So your left hand and your right hand meet at 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. The right hand never goes over that side of the plate, and the left hand don't go over that side. Now I promise you, between here and next week, when you have your next lesson? I'm assuming you're coming back for another lesson, are you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so between here and next week, if you practice that every day for just 2 minutes, I promise you'll be able to do that steering really good. And it really is. Get your favourite song, pop your song on. One song's worth a day. Just turn it, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, your family's going to think you're a bit mad and a bit crazy.
They already think I'm a bit mad, so you know what? It's fine.
Yeah, so, but I promise you, I really do, that will help.
Okay.
And it does, yeah. So that's a little bit of practice. You might need to do it for a couple of weeks, but once you can do that, it is such a good steering method. It really is, and you will find it super easy. All right?
Mhm.
Right then, so we'll just confirm your lesson for next week as well. Have you got any questions about what we've done today?
No.
If you find any questions, you can, text me or wait or write them down or bring it, you bring them next week. Or you can find us on our YouTube channel. It's Prepare to Pass. You'll find it. It's obvious. I can send you a link over to this if you really want it. If you've got WhatsApp or whatever.
Yeah.
And then just watch it back and give you a bit of info. Yeah, I think it's a bit more interesting once you're actually going in through town traffic and stuff. So next week we have you for the same time.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay.
Mhm.
Right then. So what we'll do is we'll get swapped over and I'll get you home.
Okay.
Okay. So right, check your mirror before you open your door. Are you safe?
Yeah. Ow. No, I'm not. Because someone's coming.
Well, you just wait then. Just stay with your door closed.
Now I am.
That's actually good. You should always shut your door, even if somebody's stood there, because the wind can really take it away from you.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just going to move this over here.